There is a rule buried inside Social Security that can add thousands of dollars to your yearly check. Not a loophole, not a trick, a plain written rule that has been on the books for years. And here is what bothers me about it. The folks running the system know all about this rule, and they will almost never bring it up to your face. They are not lying to you. They are just staying quiet, and quiet costs you money. I am not a government worker, and I never was. I am just an old man who got tired of watching honest people get less than they earned. So I went and read the rules for myself. And one of the three things I am about to show you could be quietly costing you money right now, today, while you sit there thinking everything is fine. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you are going to know three things about your own check that most retirees go their whole lives never being told. Let me say something that took me a long while to accept. Social Security is not really built to get you the most money. It is built to pay you correctly, by the letter, based on whatever you happen to ask for. Correct and most are two very different words. The system will quietly pay you a smaller, perfectly legal amount for the rest of your life, and never once mention the larger, also perfectly legal amount you could have had. Think of it like a bank that pays out exactly what is written on the slip you hand the teller. Hand over the small slip, you get the small amount. Nobody behind the glass leans over to whisper that a bigger slip was sitting in your pocket the whole time. Nobody gets in trouble for that. There is no clerk who loses his job because you got less. So the responsibility lands right back on you, the same way it always has. You worked 30, 40, 50 years for these dollars. The least the system could do is explain how they grow. Since it will not, I will. The first thing nobody explains to you is your raise. Every year, Social Security can add a cost of living adjustment to your check to help it keep up as prices climb. For the year 2026, that raise is 2.8%. Now, you might hear that and think, well, that is not very much. But here is the part they never show you. That raise does not just land once and then disappear. It builds on itself. This year's increase becomes part of your base. So next year's raise is figured on the bigger number, and the year after that on a bigger one still. Year after year, it compounds quietly in your favor like a snowball rolling downhill. Imagine two neighbors who both retired the very same year on the very same check. One keeps a sharp eye on every raise and every rule. The other just takes whatever shows up and never looks twice. Give it 15 or 20 years, and those two checks are not even close anymore, even though they started in the exact same place. And here is the cruel twist. A benefit you never claimed in the first place never gets these raises either. So every dollar you leave sitting unclaimed is also a dollar that misses out on 20 years of compounding stacked on top of it. Now, I pulled every one of these rules together, the raises, the credits, the record checks, all of it, into one plain English guide I call the 2026 Social Security Playbook. The first handful of videos in this series live inside it, written out so you can hold it in your hands and read it twice over a cup of coffee. The link is down in the description if you want it. You do not need it to follow along today, so let us keep going, because this next rule is the one the title promised you. Here is the rule they will not mention. For every year you wait to start your check past your full retirement age, which is 67 for most folks today, Social Security adds roughly 8% to it. Wait the whole way to age 70, and that can come out to about 24% more, locked in for the rest of your life. That is how a person climbs toward that big maximum check you sometimes hear about, the one that reaches $4,152 a month in 2026. Now hear me very clearly, because this is exactly where most channels get it. Wrong. I am not sitting here telling you to wait until 70. I would never do that. Plenty of good, sensible people should take their money earlier, and we will talk all about why on another day. Your health, your savings, your spouse, every bit of it matters, and a bird in the hand is worth a great deal. The point is not what I would do in your shoes. The point is that this is your lever to pull, and they will let you stand at that counter your entire life without ever once telling you the lever is there. And why do they stay so quiet about it? Honestly, I think it is simpler than some grand conspiracy. It is not their job to give you advice, so they do not. They process. You decide. The trouble is, nobody ever tells you that you are the one doing the deciding. A choice you do not know about is not really a choice at all. Well, now you know. So the decision is finally, actually, yours. And now the one that should make your blood run a little hot. Your entire Social Security check is built on one single thing, your earnings record. It is the running list of every dollar you ever paid taxes on, going all the way back to your very first job as a kid. And here's the trouble. That record is not always right. An employer reports a year wrong. A name change after a marriage scrambles the paperwork. A number gets typed in backward by somebody who never met you and never will. When a whole year of your earnings goes missing from that record, your check gets calculated as if you simply did not work that year at all. It comes out smaller, not for a month, for the rest of your life. It happens far more than you would ever guess. Folks who changed jobs a lot, women who took a married name, anybody who got paid across state lines, all of them are more likely to have a quiet little gap hiding in there. And most people never find it, because they never look. So here is exactly what to do, and it will not cost you a dime. Set up your free My Social Security account on the official ssa.gov website and pull up your earnings record. Then go down it, 1 year at a time, and check it against your own memory and against any old tax forms or pay stubs you have tucked away in a drawer. If you find a year that is wrong or missing, you can have it corrected, and the sooner you do it, the better, because the paperwork to prove an old year only gets harder as the years roll by. I have seen a single corrected year put real money back into somebody's monthly check, month after month, for the rest of their life. That is your money. Go make sure you are getting all of it. So there are your three: the raise that compounds quietly in your favor, the 8% credit they never lay on the table, and the earnings record that might be shorting you this very minute, without you having any idea. Every one of them is sitting inside that same free account, waiting for you to walk up and look. Not your neighbor's account, not some example on a screen, yours. I know that going through a box of old pay stubs is nobody's idea of a fun afternoon, but there may be hundreds of dollars a year hiding in that paperwork, and it stays hidden until somebody who actually cares, and that somebody is you, finally goes looking for it. So go set up that account at ssa.gov or call them directly at 1-800-772-1213 and start asking the questions they will never ask for you. If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that subscribe button so the next one reaches you. Because next time, I'm going to walk you through 7 government benefits that seniors over 60 are leaving on the table every single year, and most of them have nothing to do with Social Security at all. There is more of your money out there than you think. It is yours. Let us go and get it. I will see you in the next one.